everyone, it's Dakota Toffner here. I am married to a realtor over here, and he does a lot of video content about why you should move to Lubbock. I'm going to talk about my opinion on why Lubbock is great, and then he's going to kind of set some things straight about the real estate part. So I see a lot of questions that people have about, whether South Lubbock is growing that way, what school districts their kids want to be in, or where the best shopping is, restaurants, all sorts of things. And I know that's why a lot of people go to his channel, is because they want some information and good input on where to live in Lubbock. So whether it's South Lubbock, North Lubbock, Central Lubbock, East Lubbock, down in the depot, you name it, we're gonna kind of talk about some things that are good and bad.
Okay, so what areas do you want to talk about first?
Well, there's North Lubbock. So you kind of have like the hospital district and everything over there. And honestly, it's not my favorite part of town. It's still being developed, but yet it still feels like it's kind of set back in time a little bit. Things are a little older. There's not that many restaurant choices unless you go more northwest, and then you kind of hit where the new development's happening. But the best thing about it is probably Costco. It's a good perk, and of course, great hospital care.
Okay, so if you were looking for a home in North Lubbock, what neighborhoods do you like the most and why?
Well, I love rush homes, especially like if you could find an estate sale over there. They have the best stuff. People have been living there in those homes for years and years. They usually don't move out of them. You have a very established neighborhood. But yeah, I'd have to say I'd live in Rush. That's pretty much the only neighborhood I like over there.
So let's talk about South Lubbock. What do you like about South Lubbock?
Well, we actually just drove South Lubbock, and I was surprised at all the new houses that are popping up. It's mind-blowing. There's giant houses on acre lots. They're super modern, don't look like Lubbock, Texas at all. But that's like really South Lubbock. Like the Falls and Vintage, that used to be considered South Lubbock, but now we're talking out towards New Home.
Which, in South Lubbock, the Falls and Vintage, that's off of about 114th Street, but there's construction going on past 130th where the new loop, the new outer loop is going right over there off of 130th. So what about shopping in South Lubbock? Is it better? Is it worse than North Lubbock and Northwest, or what's the big difference?
Well, it's kind of hard because Lubbock's growing so much. It's like 82nd Street used to be considered south, which I'd say you can pretty much do any of your shopping off 82nd Street. But now it's like 130th Street is being developed. And you can do any shopping. There's great home boutiques, clothing boutiques, grocery stores on every corner in Lubbock.
How many grocery stores did you say there were in Lubbock?
There's like 1,000. You can get H-E-B, which is South Lubbock. That's a good perk. There's like 15 Market Street Uniteds, and they're pretty much on every corner, and Amigos. So I love South Lubbock. I think I'll pretty much stick to South Lubbock unless I find my dream home in Rush. But what do you think's like a con to living in South Lubbock right now?
I think the biggest con is probably the construction, which obviously the construction needs to happen. I'm not talking about new homes and everything like that. I'm talking about the actual infrastructure and roads, and it's insane. So we talked about North Lubbock, South Lubbock. What about Central Lubbock? And where would you say Central Lubbock is?
I'd say Central Lubbock is probably, between 34th Street and 50th. Even extending out to like the loop. I guess you could say anything inside the loop. And I've had people tell me that they remember when 50th Street was a dirt road, in the 50s or something like that. But now it's super established, and that's almost like the older part of town. As far as living in Central Lubbock, I love the houses. I think they have a lot of charm and character, but a downfall to that is that you have like a really nice house over here that's been updated, and then you have something that would be like a great flip. So if you are looking for an investment property, you might think about some of those areas like in, what's that neighborhood called?
Kind of like Melanie Park.
Melanie Park,
area.
yeah. So something like that, or Cap Rock, or you know, anything that's kind of behind Monterey, I like those houses. They have a lot of charm.
So there's basically tons of areas over there that, you know, really could be flippable if that's something that, you know, you want to explore. But what about, you know, Lubbock's super easy to get around. So the shopping, the restaurants and all that takes almost no time to get from point A to point B. So with restaurants, what do you think your favorite restaurants are around Lubbock?
Around or central?
Everywhere in Lubbock.
Well, there's a lot of restaurants in Lubbock. If you like food, honestly, Lubbock is probably one of the best places you could go. We love Dirk's downtown. I wish they would build a south location.
It's literally the best chicken.
It's so good. Light Bite is a great central Lubbock location. It's kind of a hidden gem. The Funky Door, that's everyone's go-to. Las Brisas. I mean, there's tons of restaurants in Lubbock, Texas. Hello?
I know you love shopping. And more so home decor, which, I mean, you're amazing at. I love your style. So what do you think are your top home decor kind of shopping spots?
Well, I could talk about this forever, but there's Juxtaposh downtown. They have like great everything. Anything you want, they got it. And they extended their store too to an upstairs area. And it's in an old warehouse building that's super neat and just cool to look at. There's Bentley Arrow downtown, which like I feel like celebrities probably would come to Lubbock if they knew what gyms were in there. Like they have like old carnival pieces and like chunks of a carousel that you can like hang in your, I don't know what people do with it, but sometimes I want to open up a bar just so I can decorate from stuff from Bentley Arrow. There's All About Looks off 34th Street, right in central Lubbock. I love their style. They have everything that you could ever want. Bright colors, very grand millennial, which is probably my style.
Let's end this with, what are your top 2 cons about Lubbock?
Well,
if you really had to think, just, you know, there's so much good stuff. What are the top 2 cons?
Well, I do hear people complain a lot about just the fact that there's not that many, like, you know, you go take a day trip to a beautiful oasis. You know, we don't have any like natural bodies of water like right in Lubbock. I mean, we have Buffalo Lake and Ransom, but they don't really attract people to go outdoorsy.
Yeah, they're not
things.
as, I mean, quite frankly, they're not as pretty as like Barton Springs
it's
or
not Austin.
Possum Kingdom or something like that. So what about the second con?
Well, kind of the same thing as that. Besides the dust and the weather, you know, that's just comes with Lubbock. You just get used to it. You just, you know,
So,
get some eye drops. I don't know.
or sunglasses at least,
Sunglasses.
I guess.
No, I just wish there was like more, like maybe like an aquarium or, you know, we do have a few little kids activities, but I wish there was just maybe a few more of those.
Yeah. I mean, other than like the science spectrum, there are some little activities, but yeah, nothing that it's like, oh yeah, we can go here, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate your insight, and hopefully this was super valuable for y'all. If y'all want to know anything else about Lubbock or have questions about moving here, feel free to reach out. I'm Nate Toffner with Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate here in Lubbock, Texas, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Before you leave, I just want to thank you so much for watching this video. And if you haven't already, please like the video as well. It really helps us out through the algorithm and showing the video to people that would find it valuable as well. And if you haven't already, go over to the channel, click that subscribe button and that bell notification so you'll know each and every time a new video is put up. Thank you so much, and we'll catch you on the next one.